Hey, what is going on guys, back again with another Last of Us video. Now with the recent announcement of Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, we have been getting some new recent details regarding the new roguelike game mode, No Return, and some details on the lost level content. The game is only 2 months away, so we should be expecting more and more details and news within the next few weeks, so be expecting some more videos from me as time goes on till the game releases. So anyways, let's just jump right in and talk about the No Return mode. If you're not familiar with the No Return mode, it's a brand new mode coming to The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered that'll be a roguelike type mode that'll put you as a player fighting against AI enemies or infected. There has been some recent reports from it from various gaming websites that the new No Return mode will feature 12 maps. A Naughty Dog QA tester listed on their LinkedIn page of some of the work that they did for Last of Us Part 2 Remastered and listed that No Return mode will feature 12 maps. Which I will say, wow, that's kind of, honestly, I was not expecting that to happen. I was at least expecting between 4 to 5 maps for this mode, but Naughty Dog is really delivering with the content. As of now, we can at least say that we know that 5 of these maps will be included in the No Return mode, because some of them have already been teased in the Last of Us Part 2 Remastered trailer. We will be getting a Jackson map, the arcade map, which takes place in Ellie's Day 3 section of the game, the subway map, the Capitol Hill map, and lastly, the Flooded Cafe map, which takes place in Abby's Day 3 of the main game. These are currently the confirmed maps that will be playable in the No Return mode for Part 2 Remastered. As you can probably tell by the maps, almost every No Return map is an encounter combat area from the main game. Rather than it being an encounter area, it's now a No Return map now. The only No Return map that isn't an existing encounter area is the Jackson map. Now, we still don't know the other half of the maps that we'll be including in the No Return mode, but if I had to make a guess, we could possibly see a Hillcrest map, a Santa Barbara map, and possibly the Lake Hill Seattle Hospital as a map. Many of these areas are encountered areas in the game. These 3 areas definitely share a wide open spaces, and they are pretty pivotal areas in the game's story, so I can definitely see them being new areas for No Return. But we'll just have to wait and see when the other half of the maps get announced, which won't be that long. Give it at least sometime in December or maybe even January, and Naughty Dog will probably provide us with more information on which No Return maps will be included. Okay, getting into some information regarding the lost level content coming to The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. So as many of you may know, the lost levels will be lost levels that never made it into the final game of Last of Us Part 2. They were initially levels planned for the final game, but got cut for pacing and time constraints. We just got some recent information from the PlayStation Store's webpage on which lost levels that will be included in The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. The 3 of those levels being the Jackson Party, the Boar Hunt, and the Sewers. We already knew that the Jackson Party and the Boar Hunt were planned to be part of the lost levels, given some tease from the announcement trailer, but the Sewers was at least I was expecting. If you're unfamiliar with the sewer section, it's during Ellie's Day 2 when she's headed off her way to the Lake Hill Seattle Hospital to go find Abby. She ends up getting attacked by a stalker, which leads her to falling down a rapid stream of water that ends up leading her to the sewers. The sewer section is still a part of the final game, but it appears that it was initially supposed to be a complete level at one point. Ellie would have made her way to escape the sewers, possibly fight some infected in the sewers, and make her escape out to continue to go find Abby. Personally, the sewers was definitely not my first choice I would have wanted as a lost level. I've mentioned previously that I would have loved to have seen one of the lost levels be focused on Ellie going to Scar Island. It was a scrapped idea for Ellie to go to Scar Island in search of Abby. She would have seen a more peaceful and a humanity side of the Scar faction. Obviously this would have taken more time to develop since it's only shown as concept art. So an idea like this to be a lost level would have been probably just too ambitious. But I mean, I like to dream. I wish it was a possibility. But either way, I'm still looking forward to seeing what the sewers has to offer. I did also want to mention, since some of you may not even be aware of the lost levels themselves, but it was explained in a PlayStation blog post for Part 2 Remastered, is that these lost levels aren't fully finished levels, but rather early development slices. So we shouldn't be expecting complete fleshed out levels, but I imagine these 3 levels will be a mix of almost complete levels, but some may not be nearly as complete levels. I think these 3 levels will be ultimately just to demonstrate what these levels could have been, if they were finished completely, but we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, lastly, I did want to briefly touch upon this since it's currently the latest news regarding The Last of Us. Entertainment Weekly has recently did an interview with creator-director Neil Druckmann to talk about The Lost Levels and the HBO series. When asked about The Lost Levels, Neil says that The Lost Levels may find their way into The Last of Us HBO Season 2. As stated, as a tease, I will say that there is at least one element from a cut level that is planned for the show. So it's kind of small, but it's kind of quite a tease of knowing what that we will be seeing one of the Lost Levels be a part of the main HBO TV show. And personally, I believe it could either be the Jackson Party or the Boar Hunt. I'm leaning towards more into the Boar Hunt since that will be a moment that will most likely play a pivotal role for Ellie as a character, seeing her struggle, dealing with her PTSD after Joel's death. It's a moment I can see being played for the television series, so we'll just have to wait and see. They are planning on shooting the second season in early January next year. I might make some videos on the HBO series, if you guys would like that. But anyways, that is it for this video. I'll keep bringing you guys some more updates and latest news concerning on The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Be sure to give a like, follow the socials, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you enjoy all the Naughty Dog and Last of Us content. But until then, I will see you guys next time.